Hey, what's up, all my beautiful loves? Welcome to my channel. My name is Heather, and this is the Fluffy Oracle. Today's pick a card is going to be all about what is your person's deepest secret feelings for you. So, we're going to get into that in just a second, but for pile one, we have Zenyatta from Overwatch. We have Marge, well, the Panther version of her from The Simpsons, and we have May from Overwatch as well. For pile three, all your timestamps will be down below in the description box, as well as any ways to book with me for a personal private reading if you would like one just like this one. And I also will have timestamps down in the first comment for my mobile users as well for your convenience to hop around in your piles. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump in with pile one, and I will see you guys in just a sec at your piles that you've chosen. Remember, you don't have to choose just one. You can choose whichever or however many that call to you the most, because there's always messages in each different pile that may resonate with you more than the others, as well as these are just a general reading, so not everything may fit to a T, but if it does, that's really awesome. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. And feel free to give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see more just like this one. So I will see you guys in just a sec. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose Zenyatta for pile one, let's get into your reading. But first, we're going to start with an overview with the tarot cards to get a kind of a general look and see what we're dealing with here. So we had the Four of Arrows, we have Balance with Temperance, or in this case, Venus and Vulcan. In this deck, we have Strength, and we have the Ace of Coins. So for an overview, I feel like with this person is kind of like struggling to kind of get back their balance, and they're kind of really taking their time with kind of seeing what they really want to do with a new beginning and having a relationship between the two of you. But I feel like they're kind of holding back and waiting on something for some reason. But I feel like they're being also possibly even a little stubborn with this connection, with this Strength card, and like it's like they can hold out longer if they just hold back and kind of not really rush into something new, is what I'm feeling with these four cards as an overview. But I feel like this person really needs to kind of have a little bit more leniency and a little bit more balance and give and take between the two of you, especially if they want a connection with you. I feel like they really need to make up their mind instead of kind of waiting on things to fall into the right place, because there's possibility for success and new beginnings and brighter times ahead with this. So I want to see what else we have with what they're feeling. And then these cards over here that we'll get to in a little bit will kind of be an outcome for you guys. So we have Ram with a stubborn, aggressive person. So that kind of goes with exactly what I was just saying with kind of like being stubborn and holding back about things and kind of just being very passive aggressive is what I'm getting with this. We have Mountain Road with you are on the road to success. So there is definitely success ahead, and there can be, but they're just being extremely stubborn about it. We have Harp with great happiness. I feel like they kind of go back and forth within their head, harping on different things and kind of preventing themselves from having this happiness, especially with this kind of like relaxed type of energy and trying to make up their mind about certain things. We have Unicorn with user intuition to make beneficial changes. So I don't think that they're really listening to their intuition, and I think that they're kind of just being very hard-headed with this situation and trying to just almost ignore it a little bit. Like, I don't know why they would be doing that, but they're kind of like struggling with these internal emotions that are just really becoming a blockage for them, is what I'm feeling with this. And then we have Grasshopper with situations in the balance that require careful handling. So I feel like there definitely needs to be an equal give and take and more balance brought into this, especially for things to kind of progress forward. We have well with family wishes come true. So with this, I feel like it's kind of like what I hear is wishing well. And it's kind of like a shoulda, coulda, woulda type of energy with that. And I feel like they have all these wishes and dreams and thoughts and things that they want to come true, but they're like standing in their own way like a half-wit. I'm sorry, but they are. And then we have a rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. So they're trying to get past whatever this situation is that was difficult for them in the past. But they're not realizing the situation is already over with and done with, but they're just kind of rehashing it over and over in their head. So I feel like this is what's kind of holding them back and kind of trapping them from coming forward towards you and having this awesome beginning with you. So let's see what we have for an outcome to see what might actually be coming towards you guys if they decide to pull their heads out of their ass, basically, and stop being so stubborn and kind of like take the chance, take a leap forward with you and try and open up a little bit more. So we have wealth and we have happiness. So there's definitely some wealth and happiness, like an abundance of happiness. They could be having an abundance of happiness with this, with you, especially if they were more comfortable and more open to kind of jumping in and kind of taking that risk and letting things go from their past and kind of just finally releasing it instead of harping on it over and over. And then we have the dagger. With conflict and danger lie in wait. So if they continue this path of being stubborn and harping over things that are from the past, they could end up losing this connection with you, unfortunately, and kind of not having their wishes granted or fulfilled. So we also have the minstrel with let your intentions be known. So if you want this connection with this person, I feel like having some heart-to-heart connection talks with them is what's going to be called for in order to bring this all into fruition for the both of you. We have the maiden with a new relationship blossoms. So by having these heart-to-heart conversations, you can achieve this relationship with them, kind of almost taking the initiative a little bit, even though I know for some of you guys it's pretty hard to do, but it is possible. And you have the key to do it because we have the key with locked doors can now be opened. So once you're able to have those heart-to-heart conversations and connections with them and kind of help them put things into perspective, I feel like all of this is going to come through for the both of you in an abundance of happiness. I really see a lot of happy times and pleasant times ahead. It's just some things need to be released and some stubbornness needs to be kind of gotten over so that it's no longer a blockage between the two of you, if that makes sense for whoever this resonates with. But I definitely see a lot of positive outcome between this. And I feel like they're not the type of person to be very out and open about this. I feel like they're very, very stuck in their heads, unfortunately. So it's kind of like you have to read their body language and kind of almost tap into their emotions, kind of like pop in every now and then or text them every now and then. Hey, how you doing? What's up? What are you up to? Anything on your mind? Stuff like that. Just kind of like segue conversations in order to get them to open up a bit, in order to let you know what's going on their minds. And it kind of like almost coax them into this being like their own idea a little bit to open up instead of you saying, hey, I need you to open up. I need you to talk to me. Let them do it on their own and kind of help them with this burden and kind of get past any of these hurdles that seem to be holding them back. Alrighty, so these are your messages. I do hope that you enjoyed this reading, and feel free to give this thumbs up and feel free to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks and have a blessed one. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose Marge, well, the Panther Marge, for pile number 2, let's get into your reading. So right away we have, for your person's secret feelings, they are kind of suffering from some sort of heartbreak with the 3 of Arrows, which is the 3 of Swords in this, and they're really trying to hide it because for me this woman almost seems like she's a little bit like afraid of something or like trying to hide like the way she feels inside. But I feel like her emotions are so strong that it's just very, very hard for her to kind of hide them and kind of not show how she feels, or he, in that case, if you're dealing with a he. But either way, how they feel, they're trying to hold it back. They're trying to really, really hide it. and they're trying to decide the best kind of way to letting this go and kind of like talking about it and making a decision about it, because I feel like it's somebody from their past that they're trying to kind of get over still a little bit, or something kind of triggered them recently for some of you guys out there with your person that kind of reminded them of something that really like hurt them in the past emotionally, whether it was a relationship or something else. Something recently triggered them that made them kind of cause to stop and think about things, and to kind of like try and hold that back and try and not want to talk about it. But we have the awakening card here with Cupid. So with the awakening card, I feel like it's more like them kind of coming to a realization that they don't need to feel this way anymore, and that it's okay for them to kind of reconnect with someone and have new love and kind of really take a shot with them, because we have the Two of Cups. So with the Two of Cups, I feel like they are definitely interested in having a relationship, and I feel like it's definitely with you. If you've been kind of getting really close to them and kind of letting them know that you're there for them and that you're there to listen and kind of help them to realize that they don't really need to feel that way anymore. But I feel like they're finally waking up to this and coming to this conclusion that they're able to have this connection with you and that it is safe for them to love again. So let's see what else we have with the other cards for how they're secretly feeling. And then these cards right here, I'm going to do as an outcome for things yet to come, whether it be for the both of you or just in general as an outcome. So we have boat with money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. So I feel like it's more like going with the flow, because I'm really attracted to the boat in this, but I like to read everything just in case anything extra comes through. But I feel like they're finally able to kind of just go with the flow and feel stable with that, especially with being around you and with you in conversations. We have bear, danger, especially in money matters. So I feel like I hear cuddly bear. I know that picture does not look like a cuddly looking bear because he's showing his teeth and he looks a little bit ferocious. But I feel like this person is a big teddy bear, very soft hearted, very kind hearted. And they kind of tend to have that strong presence instead of, showing their softer side. But I feel like they are a very big cuddly bear and a very sweet, tender hearted person. And they're trying to figure out just how to show that side of them a little bit more. And I feel like you tend to bring that side out of them a little bit more, and they kind of catch that and almost reel it back a little bit sometimes, so they don't look too kind of vulnerable, so to speak. And then we have camel with persevere, you will overcome problems. So with this, I feel like whatever triggered them was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. That type of thing, because I'm really attracted to the camel in this, not the words. And I feel like this trigger really kind of like did it for them and kind of added some stress that kind of really, like I said, the straw that broke the camel's back for them with whatever is going on with them lately, with them being stressed out. And it was kind of like the last thing that they really needed to have happen to them right now. And it was something that kind of just tripped them up, because it's a lesson that they need to learn about and kind of work through finally and release it. And then we have chain with chain of events that will affect your life. So I feel like this is something that's kind of going to help them break free, break from, right now I'm hearing break free, break from the chains with, I think it's Wilson Phillips with that song. And I'm like, I'll link the song below because I can't think of the name of it. And I'm like, oh my God, so 80s. And I'm like, really? Showing my age here. But anyway. Oh man, now I'm hearing the lyrics in my head and I'm like, ugh. And it's like, one day somebody's gonna make you turn around and make you cry. And then it's a chorus line of break free, break from the chains. But I'll definitely link the song below with the name of it. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't think of it. But it used to be one of my favorite songs by Wilson Phillips. So we have bow. with you are highly thought of. So they definitely really, really, really think of you quite a lot and quite fondly. And I see them thinking of you as being that beautiful, pure soul that just ties everything together and that makes perfect sense for them. But they're not sure how to kind of show their softer side. And then we have pin with a new job or career. So I feel like with this pin, it's kind of like putting a pin in the situation is what I hear with this. And kind of buttoning everything up and kind of tying it all in a nice little neat bow and finally being done with it. And then we have lion with time to act. So it's kind of like them trying to show their strength with hiding these emotions and kind of just keeping everything to themselves and kind of trying to button everything up and kind of hold it all together so that they don't look kind of like very vulnerable, but they need to kind of surrender to this vulnerability. So I feel like you being there to help them and understand that is going to be what wakes them up and kind of helps them get through this and get their strength back in this situation. So let's see what's to come. So we have career and we have marriage. So I feel like there's definitely going to be a romantic connection between the two of you and a committed relationship. And I feel like it's definitely going to be a very solid, strong partnership. With the career, I feel like this may be someone that you work with or that you've met through work or through a coworker for some of you, or they are your coworker. So if that makes sense, let me know down below. But I feel like I hear match made in heaven with the marriage card. But there's definitely a strong, committed relationship coming through in the near future for you guys. We also have the shield with you are safe from harm. So I feel like it's definitely going to take a minute to get them to like let their guard down. But they also need to realize that they are definitely safe from any further pain and that you are there to support them and help them. And then we have air with seek a union of mind and spirit. So definitely having the heart-to-heart talks, the kind of open-mindedness to get them to kind of see your point of view and kind of help them to open their own minds and their own hearts. And I also feel like some of you may be dealing with an air sign. Unless you are the air sign, it can go either way, vice versa. All I know is that somebody's got a lot of air in their chart and they're kind of stuck in their heads, and it kind of makes them go from one thing to the next. And air sign people can be very kind of like fickle with back and forth, especially Geminis. And I know personally because my daughter, my oldest, is a Gemini, and she's always one way 1 minute and the next minute she's totally something else decided. And it's just like, okay, you got to make up your mind and focus. She gets very, very distracted because she has ADHD, but I love her nonetheless. She's a very, very smart girl. Absolutely amazing. But once she puts her mind to something, forget about it. You ain't changing it. That's one thing about her, though, that I've learned to understand with her, even though she's a Gemini. And then we have the wizard with use your skills to aid others. So by you having those heart-to-heart conversations and being that person that they can turn to, that ear, that person that they can lean on and help them through this situation, you're being asked to use those skills of comfort to help them understand that it's okay to let their guard down a little bit, to be that soft teddy bear side, to be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's not a shameful thing. It's still a sign of strength and a show of strength to be vulnerable and passionate at the same time and to have that softer side. We also have seduction with passion and romance await. So there's definitely some very, very heartfelt passion that's going to come out of this, and a very, very wonderful romantic time also ahead for you guys. And then we have the queen, love and prosperity. So with this, I feel like that kind of pulls everything together for this entire pile, because you guys also had extra cards compared to the other piles. With love and prosperity and the queen, I feel like you are going to be treated like a queen, but you also embody that energy, that strong personality, that strong feminine side, to where you give someone else the strength to be in their feminine energy. Not like really feminine energy, but that soft, sensual side. You're able to kind of show them that side as well. And I feel like you are able to bring that out of them, whether you're a guy or a girl. Like, I feel like you're able to bring that feminine quality out of them. That softer side is what I keep coming back to with this. And I feel like you're able to kind of seduce it out of them, almost like kind of coaxing it out of them and kind of helping them to lower their guard a bit. So I do hope that you enjoyed this reading and that it made sense for you. Let me know down below in the comments how it resonated, and I will see you guys next reading. Know that I love you, and if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and always give this video a big thumbs up if I can speak. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great one. Alrighty, so for my loves who chose May for pile number 3, let's get into your reading. So let me tell you that this is about to get interesting because I got like 2 different stories. Because I got 2 queens, one on each level here. So the top row is kind of depicting someone who doesn't have to be just female. It could be male too, doesn't matter. Whoever embodies these energies for the Queen of Coins and the Queen of Swords. Because the Queen of Swords is the Queen of Arrows in this reading. So we have the Four of Cups and the Queen of Coins for the top row. Now, mind you, these 2 ladies look almost just alike a little bit. Just one just looks a little bit more younger than the other and hasn't really fully developed into this Queen of Coins. So for me, the story that's coming through with these 2 cards is the fact that somebody's missing an opportunity to secure the bag. And they're trying to figure out, how can I get this coin? How can I make these coins? How can I make this money? And they're missing an opportunity because they're really focusing on materialistic things, I feel like right now. Like, their mind is on their money right now. Their mind is not focused on love and what's in front of them. Their mind is on their money. And by them being stuck in their head and worrying about their finances all this time, I feel like they're kind of missing an opportunity that's being presented right in front of them with these 4 cups for love. So they're kind of just stuck in their head right now with kind of just worrying about financial matters with this person. So that's one story that I'm getting. The second story that I'm getting with the Queen of Swords or the Queen of Arrows, doesn't matter. Again, doesn't matter if it's male or female, whoever embodies the energy of the Queen of Swords, it is what it is for personality. This person has made a decision and is trying to pretty much be successful at securing this relationship that I'm feeling right now. This person has made up their mind and they know what they have, they know what they want, and how they're going to go about getting it, especially with having the Triumph card or success within getting this relationship. So this person has kind of set their mind on what they want and how they're going to get there, and they're going to achieve this goal. Now, how these tie together is, I feel like once this person's done getting out of their head, they're going to turn into the Queen of Swords, and then they're going to have this success with having everything, having it all, having the world. They're going to finally figure out how they're going to make this decision and how they're going to achieve this. But there's always a but. They have to get out of their heads first and finally make that decision as to how they want to get to having it all. So let's see where they are feeling wise, because I feel like this person is just stuck in their heads, and it can go vice versa as well. These cards over here are going to be an outcome and some extra advice for the rest of the reading. So this one has definitely taken on a mind of its own and was like, we're going to do our own thing. Because we got a lot of queen energy here. A lot of strong queen energy here. We have Stork with news of a birth or business opportunity. So trying to get their head and their coins right, get that money, get that bag, and securing a bag. Really all about that life and kind of looking for the BBD, the bigger BBD, bigger, better deal. I'm like, couldn't think for a minute, but all I know is when I say bigger, better deal is BBD. So they're looking for that better income, that better opportunity. They want that opportunity. They want to have it all. They want to seize the moment, but they're, like I said, they're still stuck in their head and trying to figure it out. They're missing an opportunity to have it all right now because they're not paying attention to you. And they're not seeing what's right in front of them. So you got to get their attention and say, hey, listen, this is what I want. This is how I want things to be. So this could be them, this could be you, as to how I'm seeing two different stories. So you being the one that knows what you want and how you're going to get it, and this is what you want, you need to tell this person up here, like, hey, I'm over here. Come look at me. Come find out. I got this coin. I got this money. We can, have it all. And that's how you can sort of, secure the bag. So we have 4-leaf clover. We have great good fortune. So there is definitely, when you are able to make this person see how lucky they are to have you in their life, it begins to change their mind and see how lucky they are and how much good fortune that they do have. And they begin to worry a little bit less about having all, just money and being financially stable. They begin to realize that they do have it all with you. We have older woman. Dealings or relationship with an older woman. So one of you is older than the other and more, or at least more mature than the other, and kind of has the embodiment qualities of a more mature or older woman. But I feel like it's more mature, but like I said, it could go either way or both ways. One of you is older than the other, and one of you has more sense and common sense than the other, and knowledge, and is able to kind of put things into perspective and seal the deal. And then we have bag. What do I keep saying? Secure the bag, secure the coin. Something important such as a new job or a raise. So definitely a lot of abundance, and being financially stable is definitely on this person's mind, and they are definitely all about getting a bag and having it all and being financially stable. I feel like you can both offer each other something and bring something to the table and secure that bag together. But there just has to be some conversations to kind of make this person pay attention. So we have the mountain, major change to overcome. So there's definitely a blockage because this person is not opening their eyes and they're not paying attention to, like I said, to you, to what's right in front of them, and being able to see the fact that they do have everything that they need. They do have the coin. They do have the financial stability. They could have the financial stability with you if you're not together yet. But you have to kind of take the initiative, I feel, to kind of get this person to pull their head out of their ass. And then we have carriage with a journey, either physical or mental. So kind of putting things into perspective mentally for them, kind of getting them to open their eyes and kind of come out of their head a little bit and to see things for what they are, and to kind of like get them to see things from your point of view. And then we have shield with you. You need to defend yourself. So not so much as defend yourself. I feel like it's more like almost trying to get them to take down that wall and kind of open up. And like I said, open their eyes to kind of getting out of their head and stop worrying so much about money and seeing what they have right in front of them and knowing and getting them to see that they could have it all with you. So let's see what's to come with what's ahead. We have love and we have success. So by getting them to kind of come to terms and get out of their head and pull their head out of their ass, you're able to establish a love connection with them, and a successful one at that, and also be successful in being financially stable together, not as just a single unit or by themselves. So let's see what else we have. Let's see. Oh, hang on. Those aren't supposed to be reversed. We have the Mystic Circle with your abilities will be enhanced. So you have the abilities to do this. You have the power and the influence to get them to see this. And we have the Golem. A close friend acts on your behalf. So if you can kind of be that friend to kind of act on their behalf and get them to kind of come to terms and see this, I feel like you will be their knight in shining armor or their princess or whatever in shining armor. That person that's in shining armor, that's for them, that miracle, that person, that hero that kind of helps save the day and gets them to open their eyes. And we have the talisman. You are destined to succeed. So there is definitely a lot of success in this for you, this connection. There just has to be some work that needs to be put in, and it has to be on both ends in order for this to be a successful unity. We have the spirit with unseen forces watch over you. So you are definitely being divinely guided. You are definitely watched over. And spirit has definitely got your back and trying to help you with this connection by giving you these, either bringing you to my reading and you hearing these messages and helping you get that aha moment and that idea to kind of know what you got to do to get this relationship secure and to kind of have everything and have it all. If you are this person up here, it's kind of trying to get your attention and saying, hey, here's your messages, here's your sign, that type of deal. And then we have the chimera. Imagination clouds your judgment. So get out of your heads and start putting things into perspective, kind of getting things lined up, saying what you need to say, doing what you need to do, and kind of getting this person to pay attention. Don't let things get in your way. Don't let things cloud their judgment. Or if you're that person that's kind of like always in your head worrying about the money, don't let that cloud your judgment. Let it clear it out so that you can see exactly what is right in front of you. Because as I said, my cards seem to want to take control and do their own thing. So these are the messages that I am getting. I do hope that this helps you and that you enjoyed this and that this does put things into perspective. If you have any extra questions about this reading or questions for your situation that doesn't involve needing a personal reading for yourself, please drop them below in the comments and I will do my best to answer them as best as I can, and I will help you out as much as I can. If you would like to book a personal reading with me for your situation in dealing with this, please feel free to check out my website in the description box and come book with me, because right now I have a sale going for 20% off all readings except for the monthly subscription. So with that being said, have a blessed one. Feel free to give this video a big thumbs up. That would really help the channel out a lot. Share these messages out if you would like to, if you know someone that could actually use this type of reading to help them as well. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet already, hit that subscribe button down below and click the bell for all your notifications. Have a blessed one, and I will see you guys next reading. Love yous.